Where am I? This room is mine, but that window is showing stars I have never observed. And why is there a glowing rectangle on my desk displaying a picture of an orange cat?
Welcome to the future, Isaac. The cat is not important. Although, statistically, it probably has more followers than you ever had.
Followers? I have no need of followers. I require observations, mathematics, and competent correspondence. Now, explain the machine that has invaded my study.
It is a smartphone. It can communicate with nearly anyone on Earth, calculate things faster than you can write them, and destroy your afternoon with one notification.
So it is an instrument of distraction.
Congratulations! You have understood social media in 6 seconds.
Very well. Before this age became so unnecessarily luminous, what became of my theory of gravity?
It became one of the foundations of modern physics. Then we discovered that the universe was not finished embarrassing us.
Embarrassing you?
Gravity works! Your equations work extremely well in the situations they were built to describe. But gravity is stranger than your apple suggested.
The apple suggested nothing. It fell.
Exactly. And somehow, that fall launched one of history's most successful intellectual brands.
Let us be precise. I described universal gravitation mathematically. The same principle governs the fall of an apple and the motion of the moon.
Yes, and that was revolutionary. But later physics showed that gravity is not simply a force pulling objects through empty space in the way your original framework suggests.
Later physics? You mean someone improved my work?
Einstein did not erase you. He changed the question. In general relativity, mass and energy affect the geometry of spacetime, and objects move through that geometry.
You are telling me that space itself bends?
Yes.
And you expect me to accept this without a mechanism resembling a force?
I expect you to notice that the universe does not owe us an intuitive explanation.
That is a convenient sentence when one's mathematics becomes difficult.
And that is a convenient complaint when the old mathematics stops answering the new questions.
Still, I supplied the foundation.
You supplied an enormous foundation. You just did not build the entire building.
Then perhaps the modern building should display my name on the entrance.
It does, in textbooks. Relax.
Here is where things get uncomfortable. When we observe galaxies, stars orbit in ways that tell us there is more mass present than the visible matter accounts for.
Then the observations are incomplete.
That is one possibility. Another is that there is matter we cannot see directly. We call the proposed substance dark matter.
Dark matter. You have named the ignorance.
We named a hypothesis about what the evidence may be pointing toward.
In my day, if an invisible substance could not be weighed, observed, or handled, I would be extremely reluctant to build a universe around it.
And yet you spent your career reasoning about forces that could not be seen directly?
Gravity reveals itself through its effects.
So does the evidence for dark matter. The difference is that we're still trying to determine what the thing actually is.
Then you do not know.
Correct. That's science.
You say that as though uncertainty were an achievement.
Sometimes it is. Knowing exactly where your knowledge ends is one of the most useful forms of knowledge.
That sounds suspiciously like a defense prepared by a man who has not solved the problem.
It is also a defense prepared by a man who would rather admit a mystery than invent an answer.
I admit that distinction has some merit. And now you tell me matter itself behaves strangely?
At quantum scales, our classical intuition stops being reliable. Quantum mechanics describes probabilities, discrete states, and phenomena that do not behave like tiny billiard balls.
Probabilities? Nature must have a definite state, whether or not we know it.
That instinct has motivated generations of physicists. It has also produced arguments that last longer than some wars.
I dislike a theory that refuses to tell me what a particle is doing.
The theory tells you what outcomes you can predict, and with extraordinary accuracy. The philosophical interpretation is where everyone starts throwing chairs.
So your age possesses machines of astonishing power, while its greatest scientists argue about what reality means.
That is an excellent summary of modern physics.
Then perhaps my age was not so primitive.
Your age had fewer equations and more wigs.
The wigs were not a scientific limitation.
I wasn't sure.
If the universe is probabilistic at its foundations, how can gravity remain the clean geometry you described?
That's exactly the problem. We have powerful theories, but combining gravity with quantum mechanics remains one of the deepest challenges in fundamental physics.
So after centuries of progress, you still have a problem?
A very large one. Excellent. I finally feel useful again.
You claim people discuss science on this device.
They do?
And these messages are public?
Mostly.
Then I shall publish a correction to every incorrect statement I encounter.
Please don't.
Why not?
Because you will spend 6 hours arguing with a person named Quantum Dad 420 who has a profile picture of a wolf.
Is he a mathematician?
No.
Then why would anyone read him?
Because the internet does not rank people by competence. It ranks attention.
A terrible system.
You would have hated it.
I would master it.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Observe this message. It claims gravity is merely an illusion created by government satellites.
That's not even close.
I shall respond.
Isaac, no.
I have written, your argument is mathematically incompetent.
You just invented the 17th century clapback.
It is concise.
It is also the reason nobody should give you Wi-Fi.
You know, the strange part is that you and I are not actually arguing about gravity.
Then what are we arguing about?
Credit. Authority. The satisfaction of being the person who can explain something other people cannot.
You presume too much.
Do I? You came into the future and immediately asked whether your name was still attached to the discovery.
Because ideas matter. If a person's work changes the understanding of nature, it is reasonable to wish that work remembered.
Absolutely. But there's a difference between wanting your work remembered and wanting the universe to stop developing after you.
I never asked the universe to stop.
No, but every generation is tempted to think its best explanation is the final one.
And you believe your generation has escaped that temptation?
Not remotely. We just have better telescopes for being wrong.
That is a surprisingly honest answer.
Science is not a ceremony in which one genius receives the final key. It's a chain of people finding where the previous explanation breaks.
And perhaps my greatest contribution was not merely the equations.
Go on.
Showing that the heavens and the earth could be described by the same mathematics.
Exactly. And that idea is still enormous.
Very well. Let us test your modern universe. Give me an observation, and I shall tell you what mathematics it demands.
Fine. A galaxy rotates faster than the visible matter seems to allow.
Additional mass.
Good. We call the missing component dark matter as a working hypothesis.
Next.
A massive object bends light.
Gravity alters trajectories.
In modern terms, space-time geometry.
I dislike your terminology, but continue.
A particle behaves according to quantum probabilities.
Then the microscopic description is incomplete.
Or fundamentally probabilistic.
You enjoy that answer far too much.
And you enjoy rejecting it far too quickly.
Next.
The universe is expanding.
Then the old static picture fails.
Exactly.
You have built an entire intellectual culture around discovering that everyone before you was partially wrong.
And yet you keep solving the problems.
Perhaps I have been approaching this incorrectly. I thought you were diminishing my work.
I was trying to enlarge it.
Explain.
If your laws were useful only until the next generation arrived, they would be historical curiosities. Instead, they remain part of the structure that later physics had to understand, extend, and place in context.
So being superseded does not mean being defeated.
Exactly. A better theory can contain the older one as a special case. That's not humiliation. That's progress.
Then scientific immortality is not being proven eternally correct.
It's being useful enough that people have to build the next question on top of you.
That is considerably more satisfying.
And less exhausting than arguing with strangers online.
I still intend to answer Quantum Dad 420.
Of course you do.
He has made 3 errors in 1 paragraph.
Now you're finally using modern technology responsibly.
I shall compose a 17-page rebuttal.
And there it is. Progress has limits.
It is curious. After all your
telescopes, detectors, computers, and theories, the apple still falls.
That's the beautiful part. The simple observation survives even when the explanation gets deeper.
And yet the explanation is never permitted to become the final word.
That's the bargain. We make models, test them, break them, improve them, and occasionally discover that reality was stranger than the model we loved.
Then gravity did not belong to me?
No.
Nor to Einstein?
No.
Nor to you?
Definitely no. I am merely the guy who gets invited onto television to explain why everyone is confused.
Then to whom does gravity belong?
To the universe. We're just trying to read the instructions.
A humbling conclusion.
The universe specializes in those.
Very well. I shall accept that my work was a beginning, not an ending.
And I shall accept that the man with the apple deserves some credit.
Some?
Don't push it.
One final question. May I keep the smartphone?
Why?
I have discovered that Quantum Dad 420 has made another error.
Absolutely not.
Then I shall build my own internet.
And somewhere, 2 centuries from now, another scientist is going to correct you.